Introduction. Greetings, meatbags. You will be most unsurprised to know that Candy's lies about court predate the recent false court dates. We're going to show you the record of the day in question, then let Candy describe in her own words what she wants us to believe happened. If you didn't dislike her before, prepare to possibly change your mind.
Yep, as you can see, two things happened. Candy did indeed go to court and asked the judge to hold off on the trial for a couple of months. He said that'd be fine.
Female court judge, but it was a male prosecutor. I don't recall him introducing himself or telling me what his name was. Maybe he did and I didn't remember. But as far as I know, he didn't tell me. He didn't introduce himself or tell me what his name was, but he did say he was a prosecutor. He didn't say he was the judge, but he said he was a prosecutor. It was a black man, and he told me that my criminal charge, now, the other criminal charges, they were saying failure to identify, and that's what's on the police report. I mean on the jail records. The stalkers, they stole that paperwork. But on that paperwork, it said failure to identify. Because at first they were trying to say criminal mischief, resisting arrest, and failure to identify. And so I thought I was going to court for a quote-unquote failure to identify. So then, when I went there, he said that I was found guilty of, resisting arrest and the failure to identify and all that. He didn't say that. He was just saying that I'm guilty, that I'm found guilty. This is from the May 9th arrest when I was at the Metallica library and it was raining. And I was trying to get help out of the rain. In January, I was trying to get help out of the cold. But this was from the May 9th arrest. And the arrest with the situation with a camo jacket. And so, yeah, it went over my head because I was planning on getting rid of the jacket because the weather started warming up. They illegally called the freaking police. They weren't supposed to do that. This is dumb. You're not supposed to do this.
Somebody with a camo jacket walking around?
No.
You got a camo jacket?
I was told I'm legally allowed to be on. I'm legally allowed to be here.
Do me a favor. Put your
Wait,
hand on your
I
back.
didn't do anything. Wait, I
Put your
didn't.
hands
I didn't
behind your
do
back,
anything.
Otherwise, there's going to be a problem.
Wait, I didn't do anything
Okay, well,
wrong.
explain what's going on. We got a call saying that you were trying to break into the library.
I did not try to break into the library.
Backpack from the ground.
I did not try to break into the library. But I forgot that I even had the jacket. So when the officer said, "Have you seen someone with a camo jacket?" and I'm like, no, because I knew I wasn't wearing it. But I didn't. It didn't register in my head that that's described as camo or camouflage. So like he rough-handled and put me in handcuffs and said I was resisting arrest. And I'm like, what are you doing? I don't know if y'all saw the live stream or whatever. And so, yeah, the fake prosecutor said it was that I was charged with resisting arrest, and he was very mean. He was not nice. I asked him, could I explain myself? He told me no, I could not. And then he tried to make like I have to have a public defender and that I don't have a choice, and that if I try to take this to trial, he said that was considered a pre-trial today. And he said if I take it to trial or if I try to fight this myself, that I'm going to be in big trouble. Or that I'm not going to win or I'm going to be in big trouble or whatever, So I'm like, so you're forcing me to get a public defender? And he's like, oh, no one's forcing me to do anything. So, and so he didn't want to hear my situation. He didn't want to hear anything I had to say.
Well, why would he want to hear your evidence? He has both your own video and the cop's body cam to show you were being uncooperative. See, the thing to do with police is cooperate. If a cop is bullying you, that'll come out later. But the best thing you as a citizen can do is simply follow directions. If you are so handicapped that you can't even follow basic instructions, you need to be in a psych ward.
I didn't see the judge at all. And he tried to play judge. He tried to play the judge role, the role of judge. So he had his face twisted up mad and talking about that I had a bunch of convictions on my record. And I'm like he said, yeah, criminal mischief. He was trying to say criminal mischief, and resisting arrest, failure to identify. And I'm like, wait a minute, I thought the fake criminal charge from last year, in February of last year, the fake public offender told me that those charges were dropped. So, but the prosecutor today, he said that for this situation, if I'm convicted, that he said that I will not, I don't know where he get that from. I was not convicted.
He said if.
But the fake public offender said that the case from January, that he said that it's off my record and that it's clean. That my record was clean. So now this guy is saying that I got convictions on my record, that I got a lot of convictions on my record. And he treated, and I'm telling y'all, I'm not over exaggerating, he treated me like as if I murdered someone. He treated me with such meanness. Like as if I murdered a he treated me like I murdered a freaking newborn baby or an old lady or something.
You're exaggerating about what happened. Why should we believe you on this?
I'm like, I can't believe this. This is supposed to be minor. Why am I, like they're trying to scare, bully, and intimidate me and act like I committed such big crime or whatever. Now I'm so guilty of such big crime. And he tried to make like you're found guilty and that there's no way around it.
He said you will be found guilty.
And then, but he told me that after all is said and done, that I'm not going to go back to jail, that I'm not going to go to jail, but that I would just have to have fines and fees to pay.
Folks, here it is from her own mouth. Last fucking year. She's not gonna go to jail. She knew since last September. Meanwhile, here we have her making posts like this on all her accounts just before the supposed May court date a few weeks ago.
Which I'm too poor for that. And so he's forcing me to have a public defender. And so then the ladies nicely convinced me when I went to make the appointment that I should get a public defender and pay $40. And and I'm like, no, I don't trust having a public defender because the other public defender I had, I don't want one. And I was trying as best as I could, despite what I went through. It was very hard. It was very hard trying to stay calm. And I did get a little hyped up and like a little, a little agitated, so the way.
You know what? It seems pretty clear that not only does she like playing victim, she really seems to get off on what she sees as righteous anger. Anyway, we found this extremely enlightening and just wanted to share the knowledge with y'all.